Okay. All right, we are live and in action. You know what time it is? Oh my goodness. The dating field. The dating field, y'all. What is going on? Shout out where you're from. Let's make sure we get into it. Where are you from, ladies? Where are you watching me from? Let's go ahead. You like it? I love it. It is Saturday night, right? Saturday night. Some of us, you're from Richmond? Who are you? I'm in Richmond. You're not from Richmond. What part of Richmond are you from? How y'all doing, TikTok? Let's get up on it. Apparently, TikTok is going to be banned soon. I don't know if you heard the rumors. I think it's supposed to be banned. Is it next week? I don't know if you heard the rumors. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they're saying it's going to be banned. So guess we're going to go out with a bang, right? Man, you know, I got over 530,000 followers on TikTok. You know how long that took to build? Like, this is so annoying. Like, you know what kind of stuff I had to go through to make that happen, and they're just going to be like, delete it. Lol. So anyway, you know what we're doing here. We're here to talk about relationships. We're here to talk about what is going on in the dating field because we're tired of narcissists. We're tired of manipulators. We're tired of being in situations that people aren't taking serious. We're also tired of not understanding ourselves, right? Why does it feel like sometimes we're attracted to the wrong person? And I know some of y'all can agree with this. Doesn't it seem like sometimes you get attracted to someone that you don't want to be attracted to, but you just can't help yourself? And here's the thing. We're not in a room to talk about shaming anyone, right? This is not the shame room, right? This is the room where we just be real with it. Let's just be open. Let's just put it all out there, okay? If you're attracted, if you find yourself being attracted to someone that you don't want to be attracted to, then you may not have control over that, right? You may not have full control over your emotions. See, a lot of us actually cannot control how we feel. I would say majority of us can't control how we feel. And that's what keeps us in this same cycle to sometimes be attracted to someone that actually takes away from us. Doesn't it seem like that's what happens when you're attracted to the wrong person? Now, let me ask you a question. How come whenever we're attracted to the wrong person, it's always the same kind of person? It's always a person that takes away from you. Why can't we be attracted to the wrong person that gives too much to us? Why can't that be the wrong person? Man, I'm so tired of being attracted to people that just give me their all. This sucks. No, but instead, we keep being attracted to people that take from us. It's the same thing. So there's good news in this, right? There's good news in this, is that there's common ground there. There's consistency. There's a pattern, right? If you keep being attracted to people who take from you. So then there rises new questions, right? There are new questions. Are you able to be given to? Believe it or not, being with someone who's giving is hard for a lot of people to do. It's hard to date someone that actually thinks that you're amazing sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to date someone that actually wants to give you the world, that thinks you are deserving of it. Sometimes it's hard for us to date people that compliment us, that actually say, hey, you look wonderful. Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, I want to give to you. That's not always easy. Because a lot of us come from a place where we were told these things and then we were lied to. We were given these things just for it to be taken away from us, right? We were given the words. We were given all of this, right? And then it got taken away. So it's almost like I'm so tired of this gotcha moment, right? It's so hard to fully allow myself to unravel into a relationship where someone is going to tell me all the right things only to catch me off guard. A lot of us are traumatized from that. A lot of trauma happens when you don't really see it coming, right? When you're traumatized in a car, it's because you didn't expect a crash to happen. You didn't see it, you didn't know, or you would have never expected someone to be driving a little bit too quickly. And now they hit you and you're like, oh my goodness. Now whenever I step into a car, I'm like, oh man, even though there are people who have never, and thank you for the gift, H-Town, but there are people who have never been in a car accident, and then they sit next to you and they're like, yo, why are you so worried? Thank you again, H-Town. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Why are you so worried about it? We're just in a car. And you're sitting there literally like, how could you understand, right? How could you get it? You've been in cars your whole life and never had a car accident. But it's just a car. It's just a car. I mean, the odds of that happening is So you should be able to just love someone that loves you back. Believe it or not, sometimes it's easier to love someone that doesn't show love to us. Because hard to blindside me when I see it up front, right? Hard to blindside me. And then some people will say, you don't love yourself enough. You don't love yourself enough. That's what some people will say. You don't love yourself enough. And that's why you keep choosing the wrong person. Maybe it's not that, right? Maybe it's that I just want a little bit more predictability. Maybe I just want to know that in this case, I can see the danger. The difference between the healthier individual and the not so healthy one is I see the danger. Now I see it. Where before I never saw it coming. That's scarier to me. It's not that I don't love myself. I can actually say I do love myself so much that I know I need a connection with a person, but I just don't want to be caught off guard. You know what I mean? I've been hurt before and I don't want to have to be hurt again. At least this time when I'm hurt, I can actually kind of have some predictability. See, getting scared, right? Sometimes when we get scared or get nervous or we anticipate danger. It's a lot easier to deal with danger when we see it coming. Sometimes, not all of us. But like, for example, roller coasters feel dangerous, right? Roller coasters feel very dangerous. But we know what we're getting into. We know what we're getting ourselves into. We know what these turns have. We feel like we know the way it's going to go, the highs and lows, the loop-de-loops, the jerking around. We kind of have some predictability on this, right? But then if someone wants to say, hey, I'm going to blindfold you and put you on a roller coaster, and it's not going to do anything crazy, you're just going to feel a smooth ride the whole time. Just trust me. Trust me. Then what happens? Then you get on the ride and then, whoops, jerked you anyway. Whoops, went on a loop-de-loop. And then now you're like, bro, like what's going on here, right? So it's not that I don't love myself. It's that I'm trying to protect myself while also getting what I want. I still want a connection. I still want love. I still want, the dates and the nice things, but I just want to have a look into the future, because when I've done it in the past, I didn't have that foresight and then I got burned. I just want to be able to see it coming. Is that too much to ask? Well, you've got two routes in this case, right? And I'm not speaking for everyone's situation. Everyone is different. But this is something that I think is relatable to a lot of us. So you've got one route where you see the danger, but it's only because you're living in the danger, right? This will not get better. It doesn't get better. Then you've got the other route where you try to meet someone who's going to treat you well, who's going to be what you need, who's going to make mistakes, but it's not intentional, right? We're just human beings. You won't have predictability. You won't always know what's going to happen, but at least you know it's going to get better. One typically leads to not getting better. The other one leads to potentially getting better. There's always going to be a challenge. But in life, what you normally want is to be able to overcome challenges, right? We want to be able to overcome these challenges. Thank you for the heart. Because being stuck is not what we want, because then we have to keep facing the same thing over and over. We want to fail forward. Hey, we messed up on this. Let's find a way to make this better. So there's going to be new levels. Or you can stay in your comfort zone. I have some clients that have been in relationships for years, right? 10 years, 15 years, 17 years, 20 years. Because they just decided to go ahead and deal with the bad. They were like, well, I don't know how to actually identify what good looks like and then have to grow and all of that, so might as well just stagnate, right? Just stagnate. Doesn't work like that. That means you're always going to be miserable. There's always going to be a percentage of misery in your life for the idea that you can see what's coming, right? For the idea, not the reality. Because here's the thing, even though you think you know, just because you see the bad up front, doesn't mean it won't get worse. So here's a gotcha moment. You're screwed either way. Whether you have a little bit of predictability or no predictability, there's always a chance that it will get worse. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. At least with one route, you have a chance. The other one, not so much. And these are overall decisions. What type of life do you want? Do you want a comfortable life, right? Do you just want it to be easy? Or are you willing to take a little bit of risk to get true fulfillment? Because there's options either way. And I know it's hard. Here's the thing. I think people sometimes underestimate how hard it is to deal with these things, to deal with these narcissists, these manipulators, these psychopaths, these, liars, insecure men. There's a lot of people that are just hard as crap to deal with, and to go through a relationship with them, and then they have the nerve to actually make you believe them. You let yourself get vulnerable. You let yourself get to a point where you actually trust them, and you give them the love that you don't give to just anyone. You click the right way. You have the same lingo. And then they have the nerve to actually want to flip this and use it against you, right? They actually want to hurt you. And you're supposed to come out of all of that and just think that the grass is greener somewhere? No, this is hard, bro. Like, this is hard. So then you've got to heal. No, here's a crazy part, right? Because ladies, I got you. Then you got to heal for years, right? Unless you work with me, because I make you heal quickly. But without me, you take years, right? And then You have to find a way to go back into another relationship and say, all right, I'm going to give out my heart again. That is not easy. That's not easy. But here's the thing. It's worth it. It's worth it. But what I would say is don't do it just because it feels right. I'll be honest with you, I haven't made too many decisions just because they felt good and they actually just worked out. I had to have a little bit of logic. I had to have a little bit of identification, objective viewpoints. I had to get my system in check before I could truly say, is this person trustworthy? And see, let me tell you, ladies, let me tell you what one of the hardest parts about dating a manipulator or narcissist or somebody who's just messing with you, right? They don't even have to have a manipulator or narcissist personality disorder. It could just be somebody that's crazy, right? So the thing is, one of the hardest things to do is to trust your mind over your emotions. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to trust your head over your heart. Because your heart controls your feelings, right? It controls your feelings. Your feelings, you actually feel it. It feels like a wound, right? Like when it's in there, you go to bed, you're having, and I know, I've heard some of the clients I've worked with, I go to bed, I can't breathe, I have panic attacks. I feel like I wake up in the morning and I'm crying my eyes out. I feel like I don't have, my thoughts are not my own. I can't eat. I feel like I have to take a pill. I'm taking Lexapro. I'm taking, like, I've heard all of this. And all of those things can make your mind think, well, I mean, should I have walked away? Because if I walked away, right, and it didn't feel good, does that mean that it is good? Because why would something that's supposed to be good for me feel so bad? That's what we're feeling, right? And then you start to question yourself, like, am I the bad person? Am I the one who's bad? Am I the one who doesn't get it? Maybe there's something wrong with me, right? Maybe I'm the problem. Because how in the world did I even get attached to someone like this? How did I do that? And then days, weeks go by, and you're not getting rid of those feelings. And then you start thinking of every single variable where you two encountered each other. Well, this conversation and this, what did he say here? Did I say what I needed to say? Does he understand? Maybe I should have said more. You start to feel so bad that you actually start to convince yourself that you were the one that was the manipulator, right? Or that you were the one that didn't say what needed to be said. Yo, your feelings will get you so into the deep end that you'll actually start to believe that you are the bad guy. And you'll go back to them just to try to clear the air. Hey, can we take a minute to talk? So maybe I was the manipulator. I don't know. I'm so sorry. God, I'm sorry. I don't know, man. Thank y'all in the comments. Thank you, H-Town. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for your comments. I see y'all. I love y'all. Don't be deceived. The Bible says, "Don't be deceived by the heart," is what is being said in the comments. Yes, because here's the thing. The heart. Okay, how do I put this? Think of how long it takes for you to get to a certain space, right? Emotionally. It doesn't happen overnight, right? Like, we didn't just get these feelings overnight. We might have got a little bit of infatuation, right? It took months. It took weeks. It took months for us to actually build a real connection, for us to actually make a real connection work, right? It took a long time. So all that time is programmed into our subconscious, right? It's programmed. Your subconscious mind is more powerful than your frontal lobe, your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is everything that you're thinking right now. Right now, when you think of, oh man, I want to get a cup of tea, right? I don't know why I said that like I'm British, but let's say you want to eat a cake right now. You're just like, man, I saw that cake, I want to eat it, right? You go to the store, you see that piece of cake, you just keep buying a piece of cake every day, right? But it's not really who you are. You're not that much of a cake person, but because it's there, you keep getting it. You're like, well, it's just there. Like and then what happens? After like 6 months, you're like, you know what? I don't want to get that cake today. Let me tell you how the subconscious works. This is why you need to be really careful with who you give your heart to. Because I know there are some good qualities about some of these people, but you need to be careful because when you give your heart to this person for too long, that's it. Now you're in. And now you've built that into your subconscious. Now you're going to have to work to undo it. That's where we get tripped up. We sometimes forget it's going to take work for you to undo your connection to this person. So back on it, right? We got a slice of cake. We've been getting it every day or every week, right? For 6 months. Today, 6 months later, you just decided you don't want that cake. I've been putting on a little bit. My face is looking puffier. I'm not feeling like myself. I need to go. You go, and then what happens? Here's what your subconscious does. It reminds you. You really gonna leave that cake in there like that? Come on, man. You're not gonna leave that cake, right? You know you missed that piece. You know it, right? Like your subconscious is like, that's what you've been doing with me for 6 months, right? You told me you want the cake. You want, come on, like tomorrow, rain check. And then you're like, why is it that all of a sudden I really want this now? Like now I feel like I gotta go back, right? Now you go back and you get it. You don't even want it. But you're just so used to it that you have to have it because you've programmed yourself. This is what happens in relationships and dating. We program ourselves to be okay with this type of person, to be attached, to be connected. We are tied to them because we programmed it. We indulged. Some of us didn't even want to get in a relationship. And I know some of y'all resonating with this. Some of y'all didn't even want the people y'all was dating at first. Some of y'all thought he was crazy. Y'all dated him. We thought, oh, well, he's just kind of nice. I mean, well, he's kind of crazy, but he's fun. He's just fun. We're like, I just want to have fun. Like, it's just a good time for now. Then what happens? A month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, 4 months, and out of nowhere, you're like, well, why couldn't we be a little bit more? Why couldn't we be a little bit more? I mean, we were just hanging out, we were just kind of like friends with benefits, but I don't know. I just feel like, why couldn't we just go there? Like, it's just been this long. Why couldn't we just do it? You trying to get committed to cake? And then what do you start doing? After you start to make it sound like it's not as bad as it used to be. Because now you got to justify it because you can't live with yourself. You can't let yourself think that. Well, if I go back and I get the cake, but I work out in the morning and I don't eat the night before, it's not going to be that bad, right? It's not that bad. It's not even that bad a cake. I did research on it. It's only like 15 carbs. I thought it was like 40, right? It's just a slice. It's not even that bad. Like before you know it, you're convincing yourself that this thing isn't as bad as it used to be because now your body is programmed. So now you're trying to avoid the programming that happened in your body. You're trying to avoid it. You're like, oh, I don't want to, because if you start to detach, then you start to miss it. So when you start to miss it, you don't want to have to deal with missing it. A lot of us hate missing people. We hate missing things. We hate, sometimes, I know some of y'all take trips, right? Ladies, I know we be taking trips. I know sometimes we like to go to Jamaica. We go to Miami. Like we go to the beach. We go to tropical islands. Sometimes you miss it. We hate that feeling. It's nice to miss something, but it sucks. Because what it makes you do, missing things, makes you avoid your present a little bit. You can't appreciate the present that much. When you sitting at your desk at work and you got to deal with some chaotic fools, you know what I'm saying? When you got to deal with some fools and then you think about the beach, you're like, oh man, this don't sound, I just want to drift away for a minute, But then you come back from that reality. You come back from the mist and then your reality seems horrible now. So the thing is, what I'm saying is be careful with who you allow into your life. If this person is showing you instability, if they are emotionally and mentally unstable, don't date them. It's that simple. If you can't sit down and tell me what you like and what you don't like, what you want and what you don't want, either you want a marriage, either you want to hang out and just party and be there for the night, it's so simple. It's so simple. Don't come to me with no, oh, well, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to, oh my God, I'm just trying to, like, no, man. Hey, straight up, you looking for a long-term situation? You want to be monogamous? You want to be polyamorous? What are you trying to do? And here's the thing. I won't even shame you for wanting it. I may not want it, or I may want it. I just think we need to be a little bit more honest about that. Don't date people like that. Stop it. Please stop. Because the reason why a lot of these people still exist is because they get chances. They get chances. They get opportunities. And sometimes they are successful. You know why manipulators and narcissists do so well? Do you know why they get a lot of people attracted to them? They have a quality that I would like to talk about. Audacity. They have the audacity. I know you're sitting here like, the audacity, right? If I don't care about how many people tell me no, I'm going to eventually get a yes. And then here's another thing where they win. They know how to fight our ego. Our ego. An ego is a very fragile version of confidence, right? Listen to what I'm saying, right? I formed it that way on purpose. Ego can be a fragile version of confidence. Confidence is rooted. Confidence is immobile. Confidence cannot be swayed, right? You can say whatever you want to me, and I'm not going to think of myself as any less. In fact, I might think of myself as bigger because you lost your mind and I didn't. Ego says, oh, I am great. And then the second someone tells me I'm not special, now we're fighting. Well, how could you say that? Well, you don't even know me. Well, look at all of the stuff I've done. Look at all these accolades I have. How dare you speak on that? What are we doing? If we didn't use our ego, a lot of us would not be able to be manipulated. And I know that sometimes we like a little Bible talk on here. So I think ego is one of the 7 deadly sins. And here's the thing. I don't say that to say, oh, follow the Bible. I'm saying that to say, this has been this way since freaking beginning of time. It's been this way forever. It's not like this is new. This isn't new. Here's the thing. I'm not saying go jump into the Bible tomorrow. I know that some of y'all are with it and some of y'all, have your own beliefs, and that's fine. But here's the thing. Look at things like that for reference, right? Because a lot of us like to look at history books and we look at science journals and we look at old research, old philosophers and what they said, right? Then go back and look at some of these things to say, what did they say about this situation? Because if it's still relevant and it's actually causing destruction, then that's a moment to consider that, hold up. This has been around for a while and I'm making this mistake. This is what got me into this bad situation and I could have avoided it, bro. You want to know something crazy? Because I know we're going in today. Because I get these natural downloads whenever I'm with y'all because something's telling me y'all have good energy. I'm a very energy-driven person, right? I love good energy. I love vibrations. I believe that, you get fed. I think that you guys are feeding me energy today, so I'm feeding it back. I didn't rehearse for this. I didn't just sit down and jot notes. I was watching Netflix. And then something told me to jump on, so I'm here. So anyway, the point is, these things have been around forever. And we can avoid these things that cause us destruction. So the problem is that the challenge is that we have a choice. Believe it or not, you can create your heaven here on earth. I bet you didn't even know that. You can create your heaven, and you can create your hell. A lot of that is right here on earth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of it resides in choice. I have to choose this crazy person every day, and my life is rotten. I can choose this good person that's treating me right, and my life is good. This bad person excites certain things in me that I'm kind of attracted to. This good person excites other things, but not as much excitement. Not saying that good people can't be exciting, but just walk with me a little bit. Both avenues have attractive qualities. But only one avenue is going to lead me a little bit more towards peace. Do you know that what's meant for you will never confuse you? What's meant for you will not cause you harm. What's meant for you will bring you peace. What's meant for you will constantly refill your cup. What's not meant for you will make you feel like you're never giving enough. And see, those choices are a domino effect to other choices, right? So if I choose, how do I put this? I had a friend, and I don't know if they're watching, but I had a friend that he had a friend that was misbehaving, let's just say, right? He would say things like, he would mess with people and he wanted a lot of attention. He wanted girls to like him. He would go out of his way to make sure that he got the attention when no one else, over everyone else. And when he didn't, he would get jealous. He would get envious. He would get upset. And then, he wasn't my friend. He was my friend's friend, right? So I didn't really know this cat. So he told him, so he was like, this dude is a lot. What's wrong with him? He's just always doing some stuff to me. He's always out here. And he tried to give him advice. He's trying to give him advice. He's trying to teach him how to be better. A lot of us do that for our friends, right? We advise our friends, right? So he's giving him advice. And then I told him, I said, I think you might be missing the point here. He's like, what do you mean? I said, he's blaming everyone else. We need to start looking at him. I don't think he's as great as he says he is. I think that he's got some stuff going on. So he was like, okay, well, you talk to him. I talked to him. He gave me some clear answers. I said, this guy is a bad person. I just straight up said it. Like, I've had so many sessions with my clients where I said, your boyfriend is just simply a bad person. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, if I see it, I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm not a therapist, okay? I'm gonna get real with you and say this is a bad individual. And they're not bad because they are inherently bad, right? I actually don't think they mean to be that bad. I just think that they keep choosing bad. And that's what we have to understand. If the person keeps choosing the wrong choices and they know what the better decisions are, we have to hold them accountable to that. If you keep choosing bad, when you know your life could be better, then you're choosing to live separately from good. You are choosing a separate life. That's when I say you're bad. You are not good. You are not of healthy. This is bad. You're going to get me into bad situations. I've always got to look over my shoulder. I always got to wonder what's going on with you. You're going to bring me chaos. And one of the reasons why I'm getting chaos is because you're feeding your ego, you're feeding your pride, you're trying to make sure you get over on someone. It's feeding parts of you that you shouldn't even have. And you're choosing it when you could just be at peace, move on. So that's what he did. He kept being friends with him. I said, okay, you go ahead and do that, bro. You go ahead and be friends. And then his friend ended up doing the same thing to him. Eventually, he ended up lying to him. And I said, I told you. It's not that I just know everything. If someone keeps choosing the wrong decisions, eventually you're going to get hit by the crossfire. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to get hit. You don't think a stray is just going to come catch you? You think you're going to be free of this? You see, that's what we think, right? We're like, oh, that's my friend. You know, I'm not like them. I just party with them, you know, whatever. Okay. Let's see how far that takes you. Eventually, you're going to be in the sauce too. You have to be. You have to. Because see, people who choose bad extinguish good, right? You're like a weed repellent. They're a weed repellent. You're a weed to them. All this good you're talking, all this righteousness, all this discipline, nah, squirt, gone. You're out. All right, who's next? Because eventually you're going to say some self-righteous stuff or something that sounds like good and healthy, and they're going to come for you. They're going to be like, I don't know. You know, it's funny. Last night I went to a bar for the first time in forever. I don't go to bars like that because obvious reasons. But I went because I was like, you know what? I just want to go to this place locally, you know. Someone sat next to me and they were just drunk out of their mind, just like rah, 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 right? I'm not judging. I know they were having a good time. But they looked at me and they said, you look familiar. And I was like, what? I'm like, I hope I'm not like gonna catch a stray tonight because I'm in the bar. So then they were like, no, like I've seen your social media, like you're the dating guy, relationships. I was like, oh, yeah, actually you got me. I do that. And then she was like, yeah, I disagree with a lot of what you're saying. And I was like, oh, damn. I was like, sorry, have you seen my material? Like, yeah, I just got some input on it. And I was like, okay, well, come on with it, please. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me where I need to be better, because I'm always willing to hear people out. You know, I'm always of the impression that I don't know it all. She took that next shot. No words came out. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you. I was like, you know, I don't know what you're drinking, man, but, you know, I was just like, because I was waiting. You know, she was all passionate and like, let me tell you something about yourself type of deal, right? And I was just like, well, let's go for it as I'm eating my tuna tartare, right? You know, I'm just like, what do you, I don't even know why I'm eating tuna, but it was good as hell. It was good. And it was like, well, let me tell you about yourself. To the bar. You know, I can always appreciate a good debate, but see, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. They're gonna come for you, and then they don't think that. Let me tell you how sometimes those kinds of people work. They don't think that you're actually gonna be inquisitive. See, here's the thing about a lot of narcissistic and manipulators, right? They want you to fight. They want you to get into it, right? They want you to say something crazy. They want you to take something the wrong way. They want you to be like, well, why would you say that? Well, I know what I talk about. I know me, getting your ego and your pride all worked up. Well, I've been doing this for 5 years. I got celebrities. I got LMFAO. I got executives. Were you in Ariana Grande's building? Were you? Like they want you to do that. But I was like, no, please. No, give me the courtesy, please. Explain it to me. You know what they don't expect? Humility. You want to know one way to defeat a narcissist or manipulator? Humility. There's certain things you got to have. When you don't have humility, they will F with your ego. I'm not going to get banned right before TikTok actually deletes, right? They will mess with your ego, man. As soon as they know they got your ego, it's over. To the bar. So let's go. I got some questions on here, so we're gonna start to get into it. How to date after infidelity in a 16-year marriage. Wow. How long was the infidelity going on? Was it like a one-time thing, or was it going on for a while? How to date. Well, okay, hold on. When you say date, you mean date someone else, or do you mean date the current person that you're with? Hey, I still need that one on with you. Hey, Sydney, go ahead and send me your email. If you are on TikTok and you want to work with me, because I do this as a service and I get people right, go ahead and send me your email address in my DMs. Send me your email address in my DMs and I will send you out something tonight. So Sydney, I think you got my number, Sydney. You or just email me or text me, whichever. Just reach out to me. Let me see. Date again someone else. I found out it was years on and off. So let me ask you a question though. Okay, Cindy, yeah, send me a text. So if you're dating again, first you have to understand, are you past the pain a little bit? Now, you don't have to be 100% out of it because we're talking about realistic, right? But do you feel like you are still upset about what's happened? Like, do you still feel like that takes over your nervous system? That's the first thing, is how does your healing journey go? Before you even think about dating, let's talk about some healing, okay? And I'm not saying heal because because there's other people out here. I'm saying heal to keep your vision sharp. You want to know how to keep yourself sharp in the dating field? Just go ahead and heal for a while. It's the same thing as if you detox from that cake. You detox from that cake, you don't eat that cake for 5 months, 3-4 months, you fast from that cake, it's not gonna look as good anymore, right? I've been single for 8 years and that cheating part still scares me. Okay, sometimes it does take over the nervous system. Okay, so here's the thing. Then you might have to date a little differently, right? If you are afraid of someone cheating because you've experienced that before, You can still have a relationship. You will just need to operate differently. Okay? You can't just go in. You can't just go juggernaut and just run into a relationship head first. You got to actually take careful steps now, because you're coming in with a little bit of a different lens, a little bit more caution, right? You have to be careful. So what I would say is, don't date impulsively. Don't just on impulse, just dive in and do whatever. Take a minute to question your moves every now and then. And that's going to take a process, honestly. That's a process. But like I say, you're just going to have to date a little differently now. Would couples therapy help? Yeah, I've helped a lot of couples. I have I have couples that are very happy on my page, right? Like, I've helped a lot of couples get it right again. I'm helping a couple right now that was literally at each other's throats, and they're now figuring out the best rhythm for their communication. Being vulnerable scares me. Being vulnerable is scary in general, Cindy. I love that you said that, because vulnerability is scary for most of us. That's why most of us are wilding out right now, because we don't want to be vulnerable. But see, the problem is that we don't want to be vulnerable, but we still want a connection. And one of the best ways to make a connection is through vulnerability. So then we end up giving parts of ourselves while keeping the other parts, but then it doesn't work. Oh, I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable, but I'll sleep with you. But then you sleep with that person and then you feel it anyway. Like you can't keep piecing together the parts that you want and then leaving out the parts you don't want. And eventually don't think that's going to cross over. Good luck. Cindy, did you send me a text? I'm looking at my phone. You might not have. He's trying. There are kids involved. I want to try, but I'm afraid. Can you do me a favor? A favor. There's water in here, I promise. Can you send me a DM? Can D? Oh, that's pretty clever. Can_D. Send me a DM with your email address, and I will send you a link so that we can create an appointment together so I can talk you through it. Because I'm working with a lot of couples right now. I actually have a lot of couples that I'm working with. Okay, thank you. All right, I got you, Cindy. Let's do it, Cindy. Thank you so much, Cindy. All right, I'm going to go look over to Instagram real quick and see what questions I've missed on here, because I have been married to TikTok a little bit. Okay. Have any of you ladies been through what I have? I posted comments earlier, advice. What do I continually hurt over someone who left me in less than 3 months of marriage? Because there are parts that you're not processing. There are parts that you're not processing well, right? So for example, the reason why, thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you for the giant heart. I appreciate you so much. The reason why sometimes we have stubborn areas of our body, let's take it to a physical level, right? That'll make it easier for you to understand. Why do I hurt when someone left me after 3 months, right? So there are stubborn parts of your body that make it harder for you to lose weight or to get in shape, right? There's the lower stomach for some of us. For some of us, it's the thighs. For some of us, it's under the arm. Girl, I know. But anyway, the point is, some of those areas are stubborn, right? Because they require different types of workouts. They require different types of momentum, different types of dieting. What works for one may not work for the other, right? There's that saying, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, right? So you have different parts of yourself that require different types of processing. If you are not processing certain parts of that past marriage or relationship correctly, it will stick with you. It will constantly bring you pain, and it will bring you misery. And there are some people who have gone 20 years, 30 years, not able to remove themselves because they weren't processing it correctly. I've gotten people who have been in 15 to 20-year marriages processing in 2 to 3 months, and they were, now I'm not saying they were all the way good, but they definitely got a lot further, right? They got way further than they were before because they were trying to do it on our own. One of our biggest hangups as people is we keep thinking we can do it all on our own. Oh, I can go through this breakup and figure it out. I can go through this breakup. I can go through this crazy situation. I'll just figure it out on my own. I'll just get right back out there. And then you haven't fixed the root of the issue. So then we just keep adding more onto it. Thinking that's like saying, hey, I'm not losing weight from eating cheeseburgers every day. Let me go eat pizza to get over it. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. You've got to go to a nutritionist. You've got to go to a dietitian. You've got to go to an allergist. You got to discover what doesn't work for you. Why did I have this reaction to cheeseburgers every day? Well, because Xavier, your body doesn't process gluten. Oh, it was gluten. I didn't know. I've been eating gluten for the last 20 years. How many of us have been eating gluten way too much for years, thinking that there was something wrong with our body? But the reality is we just can't process gluten. You fix that up in one day. Oh, why do I feel like I'm fluctuating in weight? You have a thyroid issue. You need to take thyroid medication. Boom, you're back to normal. See, a lot of us are sitting there trying to figure out and piece this together without having the right people who are sent to us to actually make it better in a shorter period of time. You can do that, but I don't know a world where I could do everything on my own. I can't. I can tell you for a fact, I cannot do it on my own. I need people. I need y'all, right? I need people. I need guidance. I need people. I love people, right? I love the fact that they can help me so much and that I can help them, right? Where do I send you my email? You can just type it in here. Type it right here and I'll just screenshot it so I can send you an email. Be on the lookout for my email between tonight and tomorrow. And the weight fell off right after. Your facts. That's what happens. It's so easy. That was you? Oh, you had the problem? What was your problem? What were you allergic to? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Different types of processing. She said, I'm going to give you my email. I'm going to take your email. Thank you so much, Verace. Verace, I think that's how you say it. Celiacs, gluten, whey, peanuts, lactose. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm starting to think I have a peanut problem. Like, I mean, this might be TMI, but I feel like I don't digest well when I have, like, peanuts. Did you know you can cure yourself from allergies? Girl, are you serious? Mine gives me acid reflux for days. Yeah, I get that too. No wonder. Yo, I will eat peanuts and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night with like acid in my chest. Like, what the heck, bro? I used to never have that problem. Peanuts, man. That's how they mess us up. They put everything in peanuts. It just seems so innocent. A peanut is so innocent. Ah, okay, Candy. Got your DM. Got your DM. They cause cancer regular peanut. They cause cancer. Peanuts cause cancer? Nah, bro. I'm not eating that no more. I'm not eating it no more. But peanut butter's so good. What about almonds? What about almonds? And she said anything causes cancer. No lie, man. You got to be really careful nowadays. Cancer is like not eat walnuts. It's for the brain. Walnuts are so nasty. Vaccine has peanuts in it at a very young age. Peanut can have. Why would they put peanuts in the vaccine? Peanut butter is life. See, I know my peanut butter folk are coming out right now. My peanut butter people are like, what? Don't you dare speak on my peanut butter. Don't you dare. I love peanut butter. Like, I'm not going to lie. I go nuts over some peanut butter. My feet just lifted off the ground when I started talking about peanut butter. I floated. You give me some peanut butter, I'm like a kid. I can eat them right out of the dang cup. It's so stupid. Why is everything good bad for us? Why is it like that? Everything that's good is bad. You know what? Forget it, man. Just be happy. Oh, man. Peanuts are, what is a legume? I don't even know what that means. Y'all getting real scientific on here. Y'all been watching Instagram, huh? You got all these health people on here now. What is wrong with my life? It's messed up, y'all. Dang it. Do you like Reese's? Oh yeah, I love Reese's. I can't eat it though. I'll be 500 pounds. I'll be 500 pounds. Let's see. Hey, Special K. Keisha, don't we got a session coming up, Keisha? We supposed to be talking soon. What you been doing? You been avoiding me? I haven't heard anything. I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. Let me see. I'm so emotionally drained. I shared earlier my husband unexpectedly passed away from a massive heart attack last July. Remarried too quickly. He's like, oh, you might want to work with me. Peanut, tear up your intestines. All right. You guys have sold me on how bad peanuts is. I feel like I'm watching that documentary on why I shouldn't eat meat. It's just as bad, you know? It's like I'm watching the cow get slaughtered again. This is hurting my feelings. I want to love peanuts, and you're not letting me. I feel like you're talking to me. I feel like you're talking to me about, like, you know, a narcissist. Like, here's why you got to leave them. Here's what they do to you. Well, yeah, no. Everyone is sorry for your loss, by the way, ma'am. We are sorry for what you have gone through and what you're feeling. We definitely need, you look great. Well, thank you. You're sweet. I appreciate you. You know, I let this grow in a little bit. You know, I just switch it up a little. But but thank you. But so what I'm saying is, you should contact me directly. If you want to work with me directly, type interested in the chat. We have also classes every Wednesday where we have a private coaching group that is exclusive. Not everybody gets access because we have a very healthy culture in there. So if you want, we can go ahead and do that. He dyed his beard because it had one gray hair. See, you playing with me. If I did, I didn't notice it. No, but yeah, no, I don't got grays yet. Not yet. But see, here's the thing. When I do get grays, I'm going to be ready for it, okay? I'm not hiding nothing. You're going to see this gray. You're too young for Grey's Anatomy. Stop. You're funny. Grey's Anatomy was a good show, though. I watched it like twice. McSteamy. No, I liked what they call him, McDreamy. Patrick, is that his name? I liked him on the show. And when they killed this character, I was unhappy. When the truck came and hit him out of nowhere, I was like, bro, Why did they have to do that, man? I heard that he was a problem, though. I heard that they called him a diva. Patrick, right? Patrick Dempsey. He was my favorite person on the show. Thanks for the spoiler alert. What do you mean, spoiler alert? Grey's Anatomy has been out for like 1,000 years. You never saw that? I'm not spoiling it. Like, what is taking you so long? You babysitting, you know? I never finished the program. Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's the thing. You'll never see it coming. I can tell you that. You won't see it coming. It's common knowledge. That's what I thought. They kill like every character on the show. You just get so tired of everyone dying at some point. You're like, you know what? Meredith is the only one that lives and is successful through everything at this point, right? Like, I should have just got attached to Meredith's character and then been done, right? I should have just stayed there, but no, I had to get attached to McDreamy, McSteamy, Meredith's sister, you know, the dude that would fight a lot, Alex. I even liked, what's her name? What's that celebrity's name? She's blonde. She was the one that was holding, you know, the dude, his lifeline. She was pumping it manually. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? The pumping. Katherine Heigl. Yes. Yes, Katherine Heigl. I was such a fan of Katherine Heigl's character in Grey's Anatomy. I know we're off topic, but the point is, Katherine Heigl was awesome. I like her acting. I like her acting. Like, I think she brought a lot of dynamic. Clearly, she was like the character that was, I don't know, she came off kind of annoying sometimes because she was like always doing the opposite of what everyone told her to do. But she brought so much like, you know, just energy. I feel like after her too, like certain characters just brought way too much fire, you know? I like Katherine Heigl as an actress. Like, have y'all seen 27 Dresses? I'm gonna expose myself. I'm a huge rom-com person, so I'm gonna just let you know right now. 27 Dresses is one of my favorites, okay? I like 27 Dresses. That was a funny one. So, yeah, I think she's a great actress. I think she got blacklisted or something. I don't know. It was actually a fun movie, yeah. She lived her truth. She was was accountable for her actions. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I thought she brought something special to Grey's Anatomy. Dr. Yang. Yeah, Yang, you know, I liked Yang. I loved how she was like a businesswoman, you know, business first, and I don't let anyone get in my way. I love the fact that she had that kind of tenacity and drive, because you rarely just see people as a whole, you know, do something like that. Hey, how you doing, Brown Eyes? So, you know, hold on, dang it, man. Live always want to check me real quick. But, you know, but then I got frustrated with her, you know, because she liked that dude, you know, the dude who was the heart surgeon. You know who I'm talking about, right? The dude who's a heart surgeon. Yeah, he was annoying. He was annoying. I loved him as a doctor. Hated him as like a partner. Like, he was so annoying. But I think one part of the reason she dated him was because they had a similar like career path. Because, you know, she loves her career in the show. So that kind of helped it along, right? Anyway, let's go back to dating and relationship questions. Whoa. What is wrong with my computer, man? This thing is freaking out right now. USB was an intelligent and complex mess. USB? Who's USB? Oh, you meant to put Yang? Yeah, but see, you know what I liked about, I agree, Yang, Yang was the one who held it down though. Like she was like one of the only doctors who actually kept going. No matter how hard it gets, she kept going to the next level. Right? It's like everybody would be out trying to date and mess around and oh my God, life, woe is me. But they could always come back to Yang because they knew she was gonna be right there. You know, you always need at least one person holding it down. Like that's consistently staying on the right track, doing the right things. Like she had it. That's what I love that about her character. You know, she was really she was reliable. She was reliable and consistent. So even though she had her sides, you know, it's still like she as robotic and emotionless. I don't know if she's emotionless because when you saw how she got with that first dude, the brother, right? That relationship with him, she was very emotionally intertwined with him. She did everything he wanted. She was doing everything he wanted. Like she took care of him even when he was like messed up. Like when he hurt his hand, she was helping him retrain his hand again. Like she was like, I think that she just was very careful about who she gave her emotions to, right? She was a very, very skeptical person. Like she didn't give her heart to nobody. You had to really bring something valuable to the table. Because once she gets her emotions involved, she is like, I'm just a full on, I'm gonna give you all my emotions. Like she's gonna go deep. She's not gonna quit on you no matter how bad it gets, right? She's extreme. She's either an extreme worker or an extreme lover person. Like she takes it all the way. That's what I liked about her. And I could relate to that. I'm like that too. I'm either really, really into my career and 150% on and focused and making sure everything's going well. But when I'm like in boyfriend mode, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to give it all to you. If people need reliability and stability, why do they run from it? Because people, thank you so much forever. Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you so much for the roses. That's a good question. If people need reliability and stability, why do they run from it? Because they're not ready for it. A lot of people talk about things that they want that they're not ready for. I mean, think of it this way. How many times do people say, new year, new me, I'm finally gonna get that summer body I've been trying to get for the last 5 years, and then they don't do it? How many people say, I need to eat healthy? I know it'll be better for me. I know it's the right thing to do, and then they don't do it. Michelle, thank you so much for the heart. You're so generous. I appreciate you. So that's what happens is a lot of us humans talk about things that we want, talk about things that are gonna be better for us. And we know that it actually matters. We know that it'll actually make a difference for us. But then when we start to get it, we're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Because see, here's the thing. To be unreliable and inconsistent is easy, right? That's easy work. Being unreliable, being inconsistent, that's easy. You know what's hard? Being reliable. Being consistent. That's hard because that requires work. There's a certain level of work that we don't want. We want reliability. We want consistency. We just don't want to have to do the work. I want $1 million, right? I want millions of dollars. I don't want to do the work. I don't want to have to stay focused. When I went on the route of using social media as a platform to not only help people, but to help build my career and others, right? It was a lot of work. It's still a lot of work. But the point is, you have to be willing to do it. You will get what you're looking for. And then once you get started, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep at it. You can't just stop one day. And there's some days where I just don't feel like it, but I do it anyway. That's discipline. Discipline gets you what you want. A lot of people are not disciplined. And you know it because you know those guys that you speak to and some of those guys that you've dated and you tell them, hey, can you not like that girl's picture? Okay. And then he likes it 48 hours later. Discipline. Right? That summer body we want. We better put down those snacks. Discipline. You trying to get to the next level in your career? You want a promotion? You want bonus? You want more money? Discipline. You want a healthier relationship? You want someone that actually cares about you, someone that stands by you and looks after you and makes sure you have what you need? You got to discipline yourself from the temporary fun and thrill. These guys that are coming out of nowhere, making it seem like you have to do no work, you don't think that's going to come with a catch? A guy that comes out and he love bombs you, he tells you he loves you in a week, he tells you you're the best thing that ever happened to him and he barely knows you. There's a catch, baby. There's going to be a catch. What is going on, man? I feel like my Instagram is being weird. Great. My Instagram just went out. No, I'm back. I'm back. Whew. I got scared. I almost went away. I'm back. We back, baby. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere tonight. Oh, crap. So I cannot see past posts on Instagram right now. So if you're sending me questions, send me some new questions because all the comments just disappeared because that's my life. So that's what I'm saying, y'all, is, you know, these guys, they don't want you to to discipline yourself, right? They don't want you to do that. Just like Netflix. Netflix doesn't want you to hit the gym. Netflix wants you to sit down and watch it all night. We got new stuff on here every other week. Instagram doesn't want you to get up and go. Instagram wants you on Instagram. TikTok wants you to be on here. That's how it goes. Your narcissist, he doesn't want you to believe you can find love. He doesn't want you to go out there and be single and have standards and actually want better for yourself. He doesn't freaking want that. He wants you to stay here and not believe that it could work for you. He wants you to panic and think that there's nothing out there for you. He wants you to stay in your comfort zone. Come on, girl. It doesn't get better than this. I want to keep you here. I want to keep you locked in. They don't want you to go on the beaten path. They don't want you to try for better. How's that going to help me? It's all control, baby. My ex-narc love bombed New Supply, Hawaii, and Italy. She trapped him with a baby. Will narc change finally? You know, I get asked this question every day. Will a narcissist change? Will a narc change? Will they change? Will they change? Can I ask y'all a question? Why are we always trying to get people to change so much? Like, really, what are we getting out of that? Why can't we just date people who want us, who don't need to change like that? Like, why are we, like, I just want to know, like, why do you want to change people? What will that help you with? Because here's what I can tell you. Narcissists don't change. They don't change. They are programmed one way, And that's it. Because we are helpers. Okay, good. That's a good point, Cindy. So I was told one of the reasons why we want to change people is because we're helpers. Okay? We figure out their problem and maybe we can help them change. Okay? So how do you help someone change then? I'm going to ask y'all. Maybe y'all know better than I do, right? We are fixers. Okay, we're changers. We're fixers. So how do you get them to do it? Because apparently no one can get it done. So I want to know, give me an example of what you should do to make a narcissist or manipulator or liar, get one of these people. You see that they have a problem that they need fixing, right? How would you do it? What's your plan? If y'all got stuff, I'm all ears. Everyone's yelling, you can't. I'm not hearing any answers. You know, we all think we can change people, but no one can give me the answer on how to do it. It's crickets in here. Come on, challenge me. Let's see. Speak the absolute truth to them about what you're going on in them, but that's what they want. That's not changing them, though. I don't want that. They need to do that themselves. So we don't have the answer. Well, that concludes that. So unless it seems like we're all trying to, do CPR on a dead animal, it's like, why do we think we can pull off something that no one pulls off? Why do we think that? Let's start that. So instead of saying, right, I'm going to help this person change, right? I'm a fixer. What if we could say, I'm a person that wants to do something that no one has done? Almost no one. There might be a story of some long lost relative somewhere that through the telephone type of communication has managed to make someone somehow see change is a good deal. Maybe. We're going to base it off that one story? Because sometimes people will come at me with that because I'll say, I'll make some very bold statements on here. Like, you know what? Maybe, how do I say this? We shouldn't sleep with somebody on the first date. Oh, what does that mean? You telling me you can't sleep with someone and still get married to them? You telling me that never happens? And I'll be like, I'm not saying that, but it's rare. I have a cousin that did it, married 20 years. And I'm like, okay, I'm not saying, but I don't want to hear that someone's cousin somewhere in the 1% of decision making managed to make that happen. And then we don't know what they went through. They could have slept together, then cheated, then became abusive, then got back together. Like, we're going to base all of our decision making off of one couple. They always want to do that. Here's the thing. Good luck with life if you're going to base your decisions off of exceptions in some very unique situations, right? Instead, look at the majority. Look at the majority. I'm not saying, here's the thing. We're not saying that anything is foolproof. Nothing is guaranteed. But there are reasons for some methods. Right? No one was able to answer my question about why you gotta change people. Women possess that belief because we are nurturers. We can't change anyone except ourselves. So I don't know. When you say the word nurture, right? That's a good point. Nurture to me doesn't sound like you would change someone. Nurture to me sounds like you would raise someone, right? Like you're taking care of someone, you're nurturing them, right? You're helping them along the way. So still, even with that nurturing type of, quality, there's not really a change built in there. The word change doesn't come to mind. Nurturing is caring for others, exactly, right? We show care, we help, like children, like people who are sick or in need. That's nurturing. But change is something different. Change is taking your current personality and moving it to a different personality, right? Certain characteristics and traits we are changing. So do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? That means that we think that this person has work to do, and we're looking at their bad behavior as they need help. So we're not even looking at it as change. We're looking at it as I'm helping them. We tell ourselves, I'm helping him. He's sick. He doesn't get it. He needs help. You know what that means? That means that if we're looking at it that way, then we are kind of giving ourselves the wrong definition for what should be happening. This works against us. This works against us because then we say we want a man to lead. But yet we're nurturing qualities that he should be working on. So it's not a change. He's not changing for you. Because if you're nurturing someone, you can only nurture something that's growing in a direction that it needs to grow. Like, for example, with plants, you nurture plants, but plants have a direction that they're destined to go, right? You know what direction this plant is supposed to go. It's supposed to grow up, right? Or it grows underneath, whichever. You know the direction, so you nurture it. You keep it in a good environment. Sun hits it, water. You're nurturing it. You're feeding it so that it can grow in the right direction. The difference between a plant and a human is a human can decide which way it wants to grow, right? Which way they want to grow. If a human is growing this way, but you want the human to grow this way, and you're using nurturing tactics, but the person is still choosing this, they're still choosing this, then you're gonna get this. In fact, you're actually nurturing the person to be worse. Because you can't change them. That doesn't exist. Right? It doesn't exist. A person has to be on that trajectory. So you want to nurture people that are already showing that they're stepping in this direction. And not just for a few months, not just for 90 days, 6 to 8 months. If they're already this type of person, you can nurture them to go further. Here, I've seen, honestly, look at guys who have already gotten 60% of the way there. You're 60% there. Let me nurture your journey to get further. You don't want to find a guy that is the total opposite and he's just making excuses. That's a guy who's going opposite with excuses. He's going the wrong way because of his excuses. His excuses are not an opportunity to say, let's try. His excuses are not a green light. It's a red light. right? His excuses are hindering him. That's why he's going freaking this way. If he stopped making excuses, he would have been going the right way. Yikes. Dang, it's like we're having a session on here. Y'all feeling this? Y'all feeling this? I have my candle. It's an Egyptian amber. I don't even like candles, but one of my friends got this for me, and you have to do it now. You got to do it. And you know, it's a vibe. When you got that candle out, I know y'all see them ASMR. Do you see the ASMR pages on TikTok where you scroll through and they're like, hello, I love you. I'm like, yo, friggin' ASMR pages are hilarious, man. I'm not gonna lie, they put me to sleep. They put me to sleep. Like, I'll be scrolling through and I see the ASMR people, hello. And sometimes I'll send, I send a rose just so that they can, like, I want them to say my name, you know? Like, I want them to say my name. There was a doll. Have y'all seen that on TikTok? It's like a skull and it has like balls and he's like playing with the water and the balls and he's like, and then if you send him a gift, he'll be like, thank you, Xavier. And I'm like, yo, what is happening? It's hilarious, man. Like, people on TikTok are so they are so creative, man. Like, you gotta see it. Say my name. You know, like, I just want to hear my name. So by the way, if you are on TikTok right now, I love you so much. If you are on Instagram right now, I love you so much. We are rocking tonight. I think this is the last season of TikTok. So if you don't have my Instagram, the same name is Xavier Tainment. You can follow me on Instagram so you don't lose me. Let me actually see. When is TikTok supposed to be banned? I don't see where it's going to be banned. When is it supposed to be banned? Y'all got the dates? Let me look on TikTok, man. Been here since the beginning. You've been here since the beginning? Gosh, you've been rocking with me for years, huh? It's been years? September, man. If you want to work with me, though, if you want to work with me, go ahead and send me, you could either send me a message here with your email, and I'll send you an email, or send me a DM on TikTok if you don't want to expose it to everybody. Send me a Send me a DM on TikTok if you want to work with me. Send me your email address, and I will send you an appointment. What's up, Kimmy? What's up, girl? Kimmy down here in VA, or Kim Vix. Kim Vix. How you been, girl? Good to see you. It's been a minute. Why is TikTok being banned? I don't know, man. They have like several different things going on, like where they said that TikTok is supposedly relaying information to people in the US that they're not showing to people outside in China. Like, they think that it's showing us too much bad information and it's corrupting our society. I don't know, that's what they say, but who knows, man. I mean, hey, I think TikTok shares a lot of good information. I think sometimes they share too much. Because, like, they tell you how to get rid of cancer every other day. Here's how you get rid of cancer. I'm like, uh-oh. Of course they're going to ban it. Phenomenal, you. I am fantastic. Thank you. It's great to see you. Are you back in Virginia? Every time I see you, you're traveling. Next week, she's in Tibet. The week after, she's gone to the Himalayas. It heavily influences politics, and our country has no control over it. Yeah, but here's the thing, is that other countries, so I went to Thailand, right? and I had a layover, I think, in Doha, and at Doha Airport. And in Doha, they said that the US is falsely showing certain pieces of news to its own country. Like some of the news that we're getting is not 100% real. They're changing some of the details of our outlets to make us think a certain way. Like some of it is not the truth. I don't know. Like I don't know if that's true or not, but it does seem pretty weird that they pointed that out, right? I have too big of a platform to be talking like this. You're gonna see me tomorrow as a wax figure in Balenciaga. Y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that conspiracy theory about Balenciaga? About that dude that was like a wax figure? Yo, that is the scariest conspiracy theory. That wax figure looks just like him. None of y'all seen it? Oh, y'all not corrupted as I am. I see everything, man. You saw it? Do you think it's really him? Do you think it's his corpse? So there's a conspiracy theory that a dude had some clothing designs and Balenciaga stole it. And then he was just like a regular dude, like on social media. And he says Balenciaga stole it. And then supposedly he ended up dead. Right? Or he disappeared. And then they built a wax figure inside one of the Balenciaga stores. And it looks just like him. And they think that it's Balenciaga's way of saying, you know, oh, got you. I don't know. It was scary. It was scary. I didn't like that. Nah, y'all not gonna put me on no watch list. I don't want to end up in Balenciaga. Y'all gonna see me in Balenciaga tomorrow. Where's Xavier? He's the new model. He's all waxed out now. Trying to move my mouth inside the wax. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna mess with your head tonight. See, this is what happens. You shouldn't let me on here. Y'all should have never gave me a mic. I'm about to freak everybody out. Good luck sleeping tonight. Anyway, also, I have my texting deal. It's up again this week. We're continuing that, and you get the private coaching group. If you type interested in the chat on Instagram and you send me a DM on TikTok with your email address, then they'll clone you. No, I don't want to be cloned. No. See, all this talk is scary, man. It's too scary for me. I don't want to be cloned no more. I already cloned once. I'm just playing. You will be fine. Y'all don't know. But thank you. Very reassuring, y'all. Any more dating questions? Dating and relationship questions? I always wanted, you know what? No one calls me anymore. Then the world will be a little better with two of you. Oh, you smooth, girl. You were smooth. Thank you for that. I'm taking that one. Thank you. See, this is why we're gonna get you. This is why we got in trouble. I'm playing. Hold on. Do one of y'all want to call me on TikTok? I'm opening my lines if you want to call me on TikTok. I'm ready to talk tonight. I don't talk to enough people on here. I don't know who that is. There's a dude named Jam Daddy on here. Jam Daddy is funny. Jam Daddy is funny. They're going to put you in every store clone. Ha! TikTok is Chinese owned and they don't want to comply with U.S. politics. The U.S. wants to buy TikTok and hopefully for the right price, TikTok will agree. It's a merger and financial debate. Did you just say that out of your head? Why do you sound so official? Nah, you're scaring me, man. You sounded way too good. Did you like copy and paste that from Google, that response? That response sounded super official. we got one of the watchers on here tonight. Like you're getting all of my attention. Anyway, I guess no one wants to do a call with me. You don't want to ask your questions? Okay, let me see. You scared, X? Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm scared. I've seen a lot of people vanish. Thank you. I got you. Love La. I got you. I'm going to send you a DM. If you want to work with me, I will send you a DM right after this with the information on how to apply to work with me. Already got a few people on. There was a rumor and I reacted the same way as you. Okay. What's the job position? It's not a job. It's seeking help from me to work with you to make you an expert in your relationship or in dating. So if you want to get better at your relationship, if you want your relationship to be better, if you want to date and make that work, if you haven't dated in a while and you want to know what that looks like for you, you know, stuff like that. Or if you're in a relationship and your relationship is having issues, that's what I do. Work with me, my apologies. No, you're fine. Man, it has been a day. I think I might actually jump off. Anyway, so if y'all want to work with me, go ahead and send me a DM for anyone who's left that wants to work with me. I will be back on tomorrow. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your evening. Love y'all so much. Bye, y'all.